CB_Jerk Center. Call us CB Jerk Center for all occasions. 646-294-3939 or 917-870-4088.
New York, I introduce the best ice cream factory located in Mount Vernon, 408 East Sanford Boulevard. Call and place your order at 914-699-1349. We also do delivery from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. We have the most Jamaican flavors: grape nut, pistachio grape nut, rum and razor, Jamaican rum and razor, sour milk ice cream, sugar-free ice cream, stout ice cream cake, peach grape nut, and more. Also check out Papa Deli's right next door. When you talk about jerk chicken, jerk pork, roast fish, fried fish, and roast corn, contact me at 914-699-0145. Also check out our juice bar with our smoothies, boosters, mash, and therapy juices. 408 East Sanford Boulevard. Ice cream, jerk chicken, roast fish and corn, and over them gone.
You're locked on to the number one radio station. Number one radio station.
Oh, they play the best music.
Number one.
Cooler Runnings Restaurant and a Cargill Community Project invites the community to our annual Thanksgiving Day dinner on Thursday, November 24th, 2022, to be held at Cooler Runnings Restaurant, 1802 Nearwood Avenue in the Bronx. This event is from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. sharp, sponsored by Bronxwood International Church of God, Sea Lounge and Dirty Clubs, Sheffy 2 Restaurant, CJ Robbins Real Estate, and the Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant. And remember, this is the Cooler Runnings Restaurant and the Cargill Community Project, giving back to the community, a way of saying thanks. Thanks. Come on out and see you there.
Hi, this is Carsa Tenant Newell, owner of Aurora Real Estate Solutions. Whether you're thinking about buying, selling, or renting a home in New York or the state of Georgia, I can help. Remember, real estate is one of the best ways to build wealth. Call me at 914-573-1922 to find out more. That's 914-573-1922, or follow me on Instagram at Carsa Tenant Newell. That's Carsa Tenant Newell. I'm looking forward to earning your business.
22 minutes after 6 o'clock. Hello, everyone. Hi, hi, hi. Thursday. Let me call it into focus here on a beautiful Thursday. What's going on? That's my catchphrase, my catch question. I'm so excited to be here. Honestly, whenever I am scheduled to air this broadcast inside of the zone, I look forward to speaking with you and entertaining you the best way I know how, or the best way I can. Should I put it that way? Yeah, because we don't know everything, do we? So to the best of our ability, we do what we have to entertain you, inform you. We might not get it right at all times, but certainly, you can give us E for effort. How about that? Hello, everyone. Good evening. I am your producer and presenter, Lady D, Denise Gomez. Welcome to Inside the Zone, the community platform where information is guaranteed. The show is broadcast on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM, and Touch FM Radio 90.1. Linkage Radio on the app. We've got an app, and the app looks good. I got it, courtesy of DJ Linkage. And Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, that is www.caribbeanvibesradio.com. And on the YouTube channel, Inside the Zone, with Lady D. The show is brought to you by, Cooler Runnings. Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx, and Aurora Real Estate Solutions, Inc., not just a transaction, more of a relationship. Inside the Zone is a culture-centric radio program that connects the Jamaican diaspora and international audiences globally. The show's content captures its people's social, cultural, collective views on issues that affect their communities. For example, family, health, finance, education, immigration, housing, wealth management, life and health insurance, real estate, and food insecurity and security. Because we have to be strategic in order to secure food, lay food aside, especially your canned stuff, as long as they have, say, another 2-3 years or so. Right here on Inside the Zone. Monday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Thursday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The show has become a household name in this community. This evening's feature off Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect, is coming up in a few minutes. Inspirational Zone, we get our praise on with great gospel music. And of course, it is my Gospel Music Thursday. Right after that, we do have our News Zone, a rebroadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service, keeping you connected to the island. Music Zone, gospel music again. In Mail Zone, your emails are my priority from the subjects line. Oh, dearie dear. My husband called me a traitor. That's coming up at 7 o'clock. My husband called me a traitor. Why? It's now 26 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock. Check your watch. Check your clocks. Is it the right time? And I have a feature for you. Did you know 4 things you can do to keep yourself cyber safe? It is Cyber Security Awareness Month. So I have a brief feature on that for you. And in center stage this evening, Karen is a fighter. Breast cancer will not defeat her. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Tune in. I'll be speaking with Karen Francis. Stay with me until 8 o'clock. 27 minutes after 6 o'clock. How are you, everyone? You good? You good? You good? I am well. I'm giving thanks. I'm breathing. My heart is still beating. I'm here and I'm so, so glad. How about yourselves? Pinch yourselves now. For those of you on my YouTube channel, let's slap our cheeks. You hear me slapping? You're on the radio. You can also slap the cheeks. Aha. Good evening to my YouTubers. Guess who was first in line this evening? Pat, I don't know how come you allowed Sherns to beat you to the tape, but Sharnette was first online. Welcome, Sherns. So nice to see you guys. I'll give you your individual, your personalized shout outs in a few minutes. But let's get our praise on, shall we? With some good music. I want to hear some music. Yep.
Until my last breath, I will praise you, Lord, forever. Blessing my life.
Jermaine Edwards, a new single he has, Blessing and Favor, straight from Yard.
No, I will not forget. I never saw what my life could be, but I felt greatness inside of me. Tried to share my dreams with my friend, but no, not one of them couldn't see. Gotta have faith, get up and fight. Many tears I cried, but the challenges was a preparation for my time to shine. My last breath, I will praise you, Lord. Lord, I praise you, Lord, forever. Keep showing, said you keep showing me favor, God. I will not forget, no, I will not forget. Don't tell me that I can't because you tried and failed on purpose. It's not the same, yeah. Told you once or twice before the Father God will make a way, yeah. I got peace hanging over my head, oh blessings over my head. God is with me, confidence is with me, and I'm walking without fear. My last breath, I will praise you, Lord, forever. Blessing my life, keep showing. Said you keep showing me face, God. I will not forget, no, I will not forget. I said I thank you, God, for every blessing. I mean, I had what I want, but I got what I needed. I got a roof over my mind, I know I'm not hungry. Sunshine and the birds and the bees and the seeds and the trees, yeah. Watch over me, God. Protect me from my enemies. As I keep going higher and higher and higher.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Blessings and Favor, Jermaine Edwards' newest release. I tell you, whenever Jermaine comes out with something, you know, it's always good. It's Inspirational Zone, 6:30 p.m. right here on Inside of the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. Oh, Denise, what are you? Okay. With Lady D, Denise Gomez. You hear all of that, right? So, you know, I'm doing things behind the scene. So, one of those things. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. It's Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. And I'm connecting with you on the radio and you on YouTube. My YouTubers, how are you? Good evening to you. 914-600-4228. That's the telephone number, 914-600-4228. I'd like to say hi to everyone. Are you celebrating your birthday today? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, somebody. Happy birthday to you. And you, and you, and you, and you. Yep, you got your birthday, and it's your wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary to you, somebody. Yeah, I hope you're taking home flowers or taking him or her out to dinner, or you're pushing it back to weekend, but do something. Please stop taking each other for granted. You know, You've been together for so long, you're like, oh, she understand. Oh, I'm in a need, get him nothing. Stop. Cherish the love you have every single day that you have, okay? Take it from me. 6:32 p.m. Welcome to the show. Right now I'm taking you to our news of the evening, courtesy of JIS. It's a rebroadcast of the news, courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, October 20, 2022. Jamaica's export revenues increased by 2.3% for the first half of this calendar year when compared to the same period in 2021. Director General of the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin, Carol Coy, gave the update during Statin's quarterly media briefing on Tuesday. She revealed that total export revenues amounted to $801 million between January and June. $659.6 million of that amount was for domestic exports, a decline of 3.3%.
The decline in domestic exports was due to a 65.5% decline in the value of alumina exports.
This was buffered by a 32.2% increase in exports from the manufacturing industry, due largely to the performance of refined petroleum products. Conversely, total spending on imports for the first half of the year amounted to approximately $3.8 billion, 37.4% more than in the corresponding period of 2021.
This increase was largely attributable to higher imports of fuels and lubricants, raw materials, intermediate goods, and consumer goods, which went up by 70.7%, 28.5%, and 33.8% respectively.
Statin is also reporting positive news for Jamaica's employment performance so far this year. According to Statin's latest labor force survey, the country's unemployment rate for the quarter ending July declined by 1.9% over the same period in 2021.
The data showed that in July 2022, there were 89,700 unemployed persons, and this is 22,800 fewer compared to July 2021. The number of unemployed males decreased by 8,100. There was, however, a larger decline in the number of unemployed females of 14,700.
At the same time, the employed labor force increased by 4.4%, with the leading industry being real estate.
Employment in the real estate and renting business activities, which includes administrative and support service activities, such as call centers, packaging, and general cleaning of building activities, increased by 21,700. Of this increase, females accounted for more than three-quarters, 16,800.
The Mona Reservoir floating solar project in St. Andrew is expected to generate approximately $1 billion in annual savings for the National Water Commission, NWC. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Senator Matthew Samuda, says the savings should be realized from the pending finalization of wheeling rates. Wheeling is the transmission of electric energy from within an electrical grid to an electrical load outside the grid boundaries. Senator Samuda says the Commission will be wheeling 5 megawatts of solar-generated power to other NWC qualified facilities between the hours of 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. He reveals that during the pilot phase, approximately 50 kilowatt-hours of power was generated, resulting in a 31% reduction in energy consumption at the Mona treatment plant for July 2022 compared to May's outturn.
The NWC will utilize 100% of its energy needs at the Mona treatment plant complex. This will result in savings at today's energy cost of approximately $35 million at that facility annually.
During a recent sitting of the Senate, the minister advised that these and other savings would be used to improve critical infrastructure and address supply issues. The Mona Reservoir floating solar project pilot was officially launched by Prime Minister Andrew Holness in September, with total investment budgeted at $62.3 million. The House of Representatives has approved a further 60-day extension for the Zones of Special Operations, ZOSOs, in 7 areas across Jamaica. They are Denham Town in West Kingston, Norwood and Mount Salem in St. James, Greenwich Town, Parade Gardens and August Town in St. Andrew, and Savannah Lamar in Westmoreland. The resolutions for the extensions were moved by Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang during yesterday's sitting of the lower house. As at October 13, 2022, he says the 7 communities recorded reductions in all major crimes, including murder, for the period prior to and during the declaration of the respective ZOSOs. But the security minister argues that notwithstanding the progress made so far, the efforts must be continued for the desired outcomes to be fully realized.
These continuous improvement activities require further focused commitment and resources for immediate and long-term gains in order to ensure impact and sustainability.
He gave a breakdown of the expenditure associated with the zones. So far, $300 million has been spent in Mount Salem and $400 million in Denham Town, while the Greenwich Town and August Town zones have collectively received more than $350 million in capital expenditure.
Over the next 60 days, the respective social intervention committees will continue to drive the process on the ground to ensure irreversible transformation in these communities.
Dr. Chang adds that a development plan has been created for the Savannah-Lamar zone, while the Social Intervention Committee is to finalize the work plan and confirm the required funding for parade gardens in the coming months. And as part of the interventions planned for Norwood, 20 micro-enterprises should receive grant assistance by December 31, adding to 30 that already benefited from a total $5.8 million in March. And finally, 23 more post offices are to be designated National Identification System NIDS enrollment centers alongside the Central Sorting Office CSO. Chairman of the Postal Corporation of Jamaica, Professor Felix Akinladejo, gave the update during the recent reopening of the renovated CSO on South Camp Road.
National Identification System NIDS have forged a mutually beneficial partnership which will ensure to the benefit of our stakeholders. A number of strategically located post offices across the island will be designated as NIDS enrollment sites.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, the news it is almost at the end of the clip, so I must apologize. There is a delay right there, and so I'll have to terminate that right now to keep the show moving. But good evening to everyone. Welcome. I'd like to give my shout outs right now to Sharns and to Pat and to King Ryan and to Brainbox Jackie and Anna. Hey, Ann, how are you? And just saying welcome to everybody. Please, we want to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm ambitious by Thanksgiving, or at least the end of November, before December kicks in. So I'd like you to share the link and please send it to people you know, 5 people, 6 people, a whole lot of people that you have family and friends in your phones, don't you? Please share it with them and have them subscribe. Walk them through the process, please. Have them subscribe so we can get to or 1,000 subscribers. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to say hello to all those who had a baby. You know, you brought a child into the world. God bless you. I hope you're doing well. And to my seniors, I trust you are well as always, you know, kicking up a storm and doing what you love to do. It's a beautiful day. It is Thursday, Center Stage. In a few minutes, I will have for you my cybersecurity feature, which will be very short, just for things you can do to keep yourself cyber safe. But before that, it's Gospel Music Thursday, and I need a little something right now. Diane Barnett Stewart. Diane went to the same high school with me, you know. We're Technical High School in Hayes in Clarendon, Jamaica, West Indies.
I spent a lot of my life chasing after this world. I didn't realize it would never fill my soul. Then Jesus found me and rescued me, saved my earth. But his light is in the law of the Lord. And in it does he meditate.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, and who am I speaking with?
This is KJ.
Hey, KJ.
Hi. I was trying to catch the John Hines show. Did I miss it?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yes, you did. So
I missed it, huh?
Yes, you did. So there's another show in progress right now.
All right.
So I invite you to stay tuned, okay?
Okay, my darling.
All
Thank
right.
you. Have a good show.
Thank you.
Rooted and grounded by the Holy Ghost. And if you want to go to heaven, got to be rooted and grounded. Rooted and grounded in the name of the Lord.
Want to welcome Yvette and AG. Good evening to you all, Dith. You know, everybody who comes into this YouTube room here, you know, they just have to hail up the king. Ryan, get his they're bowing to you, Ryan. It is my Gospel Music Thursday. And you just heard the voice of Diane Bonnet Stewart out of Jamaica, rooted and grounded, we say, in the name of the Lord. Hallelujah. 6:46, it is center stage, a beautiful Thursday. And I'm here with you until 8 o'clock. So hi. Greetings to Patrick Tyson and Oral Patrick. Hey, Oral. Lord, Oral, become family. So good, Oral. You join me each and every time. I haven't seen Wilbert yet, but hi to everyone. Please don't forget to share the link. Aldith, please ask your daughter to subscribe to the channel. I'm ambitious. It's my plan to get to 1,000 subscribers by Thanksgiving. If I don't achieve that, I'll wait until the end of November. But that's the plan. Reminding you, the show is brought to you by Aurora Real Estate Solutions, Inc. They offer services as a relocation specialist. So Carsa Tennant, she is in the state of Georgia. And many of you are trying to figure out, where should I move to? I need to leave New York. I need to leave here and there. Well, Carsa is there for you. I'm telling you, Carsa is very good. She's thorough. She's detailed. And she can help you through the buying process, through the selling process as well. And if you intend to be a tenant, she can assist you with that too. And as a landlord, which means you're going to be buying your own place. And if you want to rent it out, she can help you. She's versed in residential and commercial real estate. And they offer free buyer and seller's consultation, free market analysis, estate and probate specialist, that she is, and she's also certified in short sale. So please contact my sponsor, Aurora Real Estate Solutions, Inc. Her name is Carsa Tennant Newell, and you know I had an interview with Carsa as a business owner, and I had her in a quick sponsors segment here on the show talking about some of the products that she offers and the benefit to you, my viewers and my listeners. So I'm asking you to support 914-573-1922. For the YouTubers, I'll be posting her telephone number in the chat, so you may call Carsa and say, hey, Lady D spoke about you this evening, and I'd like you to tell me what are the going rates in Georgia, the best places to live in Georgia. Okay? This is Inside the Zone. My name is Denise, Lady D Gomez. Cybersecurity. Have you ever been hacked? Computer hacked? Phone hacked? Well, I can tell you they hacked my email several years ago, and the It was a Yahoo account. My Yahoo was hacked. I got a call very early morning from Erwin Clear, waking me up, said, Denise, your email is hacked. Because from they saw it, they know nothing no go so. Right? The message that was sent out. I jumped up quickly and I shut the email down. Would you believe that someone who I know very, very well got the email? She traveled to Jamaica, and while she was there, here is the hack, right? So she read the note that they sent under my account saying that I had traveled to the Philippines, me and my family, and we got stranded, and that I was asking for $900 US. They were gracious enough not to get to 1,000. They asked for 900. And so, without verifying by calling her husband or calling people she knows in our circle, you know, to say, hey, I got this email from Denise or Lady D, you know, is it true? Nothing. She just take up, she's in Jamaica now, you know, went down there for a short while, a short visit rather, and took up her U.S. account and send $900 to whoever. You know, they must see her laugh and jump and clap. They tell her to go to Western Union and what number to send it to. So people can get caught. Every day we know about Samfi, right? Samfi people. They're people who are out there. They are professional hackers. They know what to do. They know when to bring you down. They track your online presence. They know. And while we agree that the digital age has its place, because I have made good relationships with people online that I am yet to meet, but it is only because we're networking, doing different things. So they're not invading my personal space. We're cordial to each other. Let's call them acquaintances now. And it's a clean transaction across the board in terms of how we communicate and so on. You too, you're on Facebook and you're on Instagram and you're on LinkedIn and, you know, busy doing all kinds of things. But you still have to ensure that at the onset, when somebody pop up and say hi, or you know that Lady D already has a page, a personal page, and then you see her sending you another message, inviting you to like page. What am I doing with more than one page right now? I'm no big superstar. I don't have nothing like that going on. So the one little page don't even reach 2,000 friends yet, you know, from I come into this thing. Because I'm cautious as to who I am accepting into my virtual world. So and which is why sometimes when you hear people say, no, sir, me no have no Facebook, me no have no, you can't really blame them. But at the same time, the digital age is here to stay. We just need to know the tools in terms of management skills, how to manage these things. I'm telling you, that's all we need to do. So here is the first tip for you. Let's start with turning on multi-factor authentication. It goes by many names: two-factor authentication, multi-factor authentication, two-step factor authentication, MFA, 2FA, right? They all mean the same thing, opting into an extra step when trusted websites and applications ask you to confirm you're really who you say you are. Your bank, your social media network, your school, your workplace. They want to make sure you're the one accessing your information. So, industry is taking a step to double check. Instead of asking you for a password, which can be reused, more easily cracked or stolen, they can verify it's you by asking for two forms of information. They'll ask for something you know, like a PIN number, or your sister's middle name, along with something you have, like an authentication application or a confirmation text on your phone, or something you are, like a fingerprint or Face ID. That second step is a lot harder for a hacker to fake. So, prove it's you with two steps, that is. Now that you know what it is, you'll see prompts for multi-factor authentication all over. So opt in. Start with your email account, then financial services, then social media accounts, then online stores, and don't forget your gaming and streaming entertainment services if you have. Okay? Next step, update your software. In fact, turn on automatic software updates if they're available. Bad actors will exploit flaws in the system. Network defenders are working hard to fix them as soon as they can, but their work relies on all of us updating our software with their latest fixes. Update the operating system on your mobile phones, tablets, and laptops, and update your applications, especially the web browsers, on all your devices too. Leverage automatic updates for all devices, applications, and operating systems. I hope you're taking note. Think before you click. Have you ever seen a link that looks a little off? You look at the link, you're like, oh, it seemed extra long, so. Or it's a link you had known, and then suddenly, like a few letters different. You have to pay attention, okay? It looks like something you've seen before, but it says you need to change or enter a password. Or maybe it asks you to verify personal information. It could be a text message or even a phone call. They may pretend to be your email service, like how they hacked me, your boss, your bank, a friend. The message may claim it needs your information because you've been a victim of cybercrime. It's likely a phishing scheme. And please note, it's not FISHING, it is PHISING. A link or web page that looks like a legitimate, but it's a trick designed by bad actors to have you reveal your passwords, social security number, credit card numbers, or other sensitive information. Once they have that information, they can use it on legitimate sites, and they may try to get you to run malicious software, also known as malware. Sadly, we're more likely to fall for phishing than we think. If it's a link that you don't recognize, trust your instincts. And before you click, we all need to fight the fish. Okay. Now, use strong passwords. Half of my passwords having all kind of something, but I memorize them and I'm good. I have all kind of characters and thing. Don't just put Auntie May. Don't put your son name. Don't put daughter. If you're going to do that, you need to make it strong. Have you ever put in your password, it tell you it's weak? You need to put it in so that when they see, they're like, yes, this is good. You understand, people? Because a lot of us are in certain fields in terms of the nature of our jobs. And we don't share information, you know. You see somebody with one password and you say, are your password that? And you don't even say, well, you want to change it and add some characters in there and so on. So just in case. Please don't gobble up the information on your own and just, have it for dinner and everybody else starve to their detriment. That's my quote. Okay? So long characters and make it unique, never used anywhere else, and randomly generated, usually by a computer or password manager. They're better than humans at being random. Okay, so please make sure you're not recycling the same password across all your apps. And if you think that you have multiple passwords and you're so young you can't remember anymore, then you need to write them down and secure them in a safe space. because not many people will remember their passwords. So we all can, nobody show off. Okay? But it's important for us to pay attention. And my last comment, the people who will tell you that, oh, me not have no banking online. I don't do online banking. I go into the bank. And they tell you why they don't shop online. They're the same people who, statistics will reveal, get caught at some point. At some point, they're the ones, the very people who will tell you they have no social media, they have nothing. Everything is manual. They write their checks, and we still write check, and that's okay. But I'm just saying, and those of you who are retired and you have your retirement savings, for God's sake, when people call you and start sweet you up who you know nothing of, you don't know them, and they're just calling to see how you're doing, and they tell you they're from Timbuktu and stuff, and every day they start calling you. They're building relationships with you so that they can swindle you out of your money at some point. And that is why a lot of seniors have found themselves in serious problems with their money just gone, hard-earned earning, all your life savings, gone, because the hackers will just come in and sweet you up and thing. And before you know it, your children are wondering who you're talking to. You're very secretive. You don't tell. And before you know it, they're your best friends. And if your child come and ask you for $10, you don't have it. But suddenly, this person you've never met come up with a sobby story, and you buy into it, and your children know nothing, your family know nothing. You gone to bank, take out money, sent to Tom Stroke. Cyber security crime is real. Every day, they are plotting who's next. What corporation are we going to pull down? What little simple soul we can catch today? I am aware, and I'm sharing the information with you. Be aware. Be aware. All of us need to be aware. That's it. It's 2 minutes after 7 o'clock. Welcome, everyone, to the show. My name is Denise, Lady D. Gomez, and it's now time for Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. It's a good day. It's Thursday. And my show today is also brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant. Thanksgiving is coming up, and they have their annual Thanksgiving feast. No purchase necessary. It's free. Cooler Runnings, under the umbrella of Cargill Community Project. They feed the community.
Cooler Runnings Restaurant and the Cargill Community Project invites the community to our annual Thanksgiving Day dinner on Thursday, November 24th, 2022, to be held at Cooler Runnings Restaurant, 1802 Nearwood Avenue in the Bronx. This event is from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. sharp, sponsored by Bronxwood International Church of God, Sea Lounge and Dirty Clubs, Sheffy 2 Restaurant, CJ Robbins Real Estate, and the Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant. And remember, this is the Cooler Runnings Restaurant and the Cargill Community Project, giving back to the community, a way of saying thanks. Thanks. Come on out and see you there.
Alrighty, I see the comments in my YouTube chat here on Inside the Zone with Lady D, and a lot of people are saying good information and sharing. And who said? Andrea says they tried with my mother-in-law. So, you know, cyber crime is real. I can't hammer it enough because there was a wave of hacking going on, and people just, you know, handing over their money and things. That is just a problem. And if we don't share the information, a lot of times, you know, seniors live alone and they just, oh God, you just hear it every time and you have to say, why do these things happen to people. But, it happens because we become so closeted. We're so secretive. And the moment we feel that we're going to disclose to family too much, they're going to start bother with the money. And yes, they do. However, don't build relationships with people virtually who start to raise money. After that, you block them and stuff. Okay, people? Talking to you. Hello, everyone. Welcome. You know what time it is, don't you? It is now time for Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority, but I'm just going to speak to this person in 2 seconds because the segment is about to start. Good evening. How are you?
Remember, those who write checks, be careful of the pen you use. Always use ink. Always use ink. No watercolor pen writing checks.
Thank you,
That's
sir.
my 2 cents.
All righty. Thanks, King. That's Mass Ryan for you. Okay. Now let's get into the segment. Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. Good evening, everyone. I have an interesting email here.
Always brand new. Right from the jump, we had a hunch that we had everything. Perfect combination. Love plus you and me. A perfect combination. We couldn't ask for anything.
Yes, Mail Zone, your emails are my priority. Brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Narita Avenue in the Bronx. From the subject line, my husband called me a traitor. Well, well, well. Dear Lady D, my husband and I have worked with the same company at the senior management level for the past 15 years. We have been married for 25 years. 2 weeks ago, the company's CEO called me into a meeting and highlighted my performance in the company. But that was not all. He dropped the bombshell of a promotion. I was taken by surprise because I was not expecting this elevation, as I considered other peers more qualified than I. But, right in his office, I repented and asked God to forgive me because I am worthy of this promotion as a child of His, meaning a child of God. So I accepted the offer and left his office. As I walked through the door, I rushed to my husband's office and shared my good news. Ever since we've been working together, we rivaled each other. Ever since we've been working together, we never rivaled each other, not one day. We shared notes and bounced ideas to improve our performance. So, the surprise I got when he asked me what promotion and I told him, his response hit me like a ton of brick. He yelled, "That cannot be, because it's promised to me." "What?" I heard myself say. Then he walked around the desk and stood in front of me. For the first time, I did not recognize my husband. He was angry and looked right past me, and with a voice I had never heard, tell me, "I will fight you," and walked back to his seat. Lady D, I felt like I had stepped into a time zone. Anyway, I left his office and went back to my office. As I entered, the word of the Lord came to me, and I declared, "Favor is mine, and my God will fight for me." Later that evening, when my husband came home, he walked in and did not greet me like he used to. So I said a prayer and allowed the Holy Spirit to work. Lady D, the following day, he woke up and left without saying goodbye. When I got to work, the CEO called me into his office and told me how badly my husband behaved when he came into the office. In front of the entire office, he lashed out at him for being a traitor because he promised him the position. My boss explained that he did not promise him the job, but urged him to pursue a course that would give him the edge to be in the race. How my husband thought he would get this high-profile position is beyond me. It has been 2 weeks since this confusing situation, and my husband has moved out of our bedroom. The night he did, he wrote on the wall above my head, on my side of the bed, in block capitals, traitor. When I asked why he called me a traitor, he said he believed I slept with the CEO to get the position. I was astonished that he thought so low of me. I stood there and cried. In 25 years of our marriage, the reality hit me that my husband is envious and jealous of me. My academic achievements have allowed me to be in my current position, and I refuse to let his inadequacies pull me down. So, Lady D, I keep praying for him and anticipating the start of my new job. And the lady keep moving. Oh my goodness, my husband called me a traitor. 914-600-4228. Who wants to talk to me this evening? You know, these emails that I've been getting, and by the way, if you wish to email me, the email is insidethezonanyc@gmail.com. insidethezonanyc@gmail.com. I've been getting emails in my mailbox, and this lady who wrote me, she sent me a footnote, after they write the email, and she said, Lady D, I listened to you and I decided I want to share my story. So I believe that people are going through a lot of problems with their family and spouse and all of that. So she encouraged me to keep doing what I'm doing, and I appreciate that. Good evening. Welcome to Mail Zone. You are my first caller. What say you today?
Good evening to you, madam.
Yes, sir. Good evening, King.
I should be a case so the man listen. Coming if you tell him that then the days they finish, woman stop wait for a man to be educated anymore. I just have a similar problem in my company where the woman was qualified, and it's unfortunate that a plot was created for the woman and she fall right in, but the woman was overly educated than the boss to which was over her. The boss went and found out that the woman has a master's degree and start create envy, that I have to be drawn in the conversation and says, master degree, they have a long time, nobody didn't tap your phone, go get yours.
Absolutely.
Oh, dear him. But the worst thing that happened, wife and husband not to work at the same place.
Well, they had met there, and they worked their way up. They met on the job. And they both worked their way up until it got to marriage, and here we are.
Well, my dear, take a promotion, and the first you get to move out of that company, they move. Because this could be something else. Because if your own husband is so jealous and envious and wicked about your success, boy, you don't need an enemy outside of your house.
Right.
Because of the one person, the only one person who should be happy for you is the one person who wants to destroy you. What you need the co-workers them to do? Woman, congratulations. Too bad. Make him make up his mind. Is he then going to stay in the marriage or him go? Because if he's ready to go, pack him up and make him go.
Mm-hmm.
But remember your career. Woman go to school and study long and have high school fee. Too bad. Then the days are over. Me see my stepmother meet through my father because she was not an educated woman. I dare woman to go out and get educated. Do what you have to do for you. Man will always beg. Man not go short. So if you go put off the marriage till you finish your degree or whatever, put it off to the degree because man will come and go, but your education is all you're going to have. All when you're going down in your grave, that's all going to stick with you, your education. Forget about them wicked, grudgeful, bad mind, deceitful, envious, jealous, conniving, wicked man.
All right.
My 2 cents.
Thank you, Ryan. Oh, Ryan, all the adjectives. 914-600-4228. Who will be my second caller? Have you ever seen anything like this, though? Yes, you do have spouses, but hi. To the point where he's writing traitor above the headboard. What is that? Good evening. You're my second caller. Hello. Alrighty, they'll call me back. 914-600-4228. What a devious man. And why he thought, because the CEO said no, he didn't promise him no job. He told him to go do some stuff and get himself in the race, which meant he isn't qualified for the job. But she is. Oops. Oh, man. Can you imagine? Your husband eating, sleeping, building life, so on. And this is the outcome. That he's jealous. But she's a Christian. So she decided that, you know what, I'm just leaving him to prayers. I'm not sure. I've not spoken with her again since the email. But good evening. How are you? Hello.
Good evening, Lady D.
Good evening. How are you? Hold on, please. My other callers, stay online. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Lady D. How are you? And
I'm good.
To all the listeners.
Yes. Hi, Pat. So we have callers holding, so you just go straight through.
Okay. All right. I won't be long. Mm-hmm. If I was by Ryan, I would give him a hug.
Right.
Rightfully said. I agree with him. Every word he says is true. That man is envious and jealous of his wife. And who knows, it has been there brewing for a long time. Mm-hmm. But it just took the promotion to bring it out. Mm-hmm. So he's now showing his true colors. And her eyes need to be open so she could see, because that man is not going to change. And he does not mean her anywhere. He's not going to accept any success that she gets. Mm-hmm. So it's up to her. I would never tell an individual to leave their significant other. But right now the ball is in her court, and she has to be the one to make the decision.
Yes, thanks, Pat. I appreciate
You're
you.
You're welcome, Lady B. Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So let me take the call from the number ending in 8904.
Good evening, Lady D.
Good evening to you.
Lady D, sometimes people don't know that they are sleeping with the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have the devil sleeping on your pillow and you don't know. They're jealous, they're envious, they lie, they thief, they do anything. But when you find them out, is either you run them and they go as fast as they can, or you run as fast as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are envious. If they even see somebody commend you for anything, and even show as if they love you, male or female, the face hang down and ready to have attitude. Mm-hmm. So when you if you have somebody like that, either male or female around you, and you see they start to show that type of way, you understand about you.
Yes.
Do the one that to really uplift you and be happy for you and proud when good things happen to you. If they are trying to
mash you down. Then get out of the way. Let them get out your way, or you get out of their way.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
they are envious, and envious is jealousy, and jealousy always brings jealous.
Yes.
So leave them alone.
Thank you, Auntie Daphne. It's so good to hear you.
Good to you know that I always love to hear your wonderful voice, sweetheart, even when I don't call.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Thank you so much.
God bless. God
Blessings
bless
to
you,
you
pumpkin.
too.
I love you so much.
All right. Thank you. Me too. All right. Bye-bye. Let me take the call from number ending in 0810. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm calling the last 4 digits of your telephone numbers, so I'm sure you know your numbers. All right. Who is this? Charles E?
I am just listening.
0810. Who's that?
That's Karen.
Hey,
I was just
Karen.
calling in a little early.
Oh, Karen.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm good. I'm in a segment now because I'm not ready for you yet.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. So call me back. All right. Charlesy, go ahead.
I am just thinking, I'm just looking at the picture, and I'm like, what did he leave a stranger to do?
Mm-hmm.
If he is being jealous, I think I would be so proud to have such a handbag hanging on my hand, to know my handbag is going up the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore that makes me proud to know that I don't have a fool with me.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, keep on, lady, doing what you have to do, and who has to go, got to go.
That's right. Enough said. Thank you, Charlesy.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, blessings.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. All righty, we are on a roll here. Let me see whose number is 3456.
That's me, Lady D.
Yes.
Again, thank you for a great program.
Thanks, Al. I know this is your favorite segment.
Yes.
So say
and
you.
I just want to say, that husband and I love him wife, number one. Number two, he should be so proud of her for getting the position and know that they're connected and all of that. But then again, I start questioning, I wonder if he can sleep with the CEO.
Huh?
I'm wondering if he slept with the CEO. Why would he accuse his wife of doing such a thing?
He's just being mean and jealous and envious and nasty.
But she don't need to stay with a man like that because, again, another caller stated that he shows his true colors.
Mm-hmm.
They've been together for 15 years, and in a situation like that where he should be proud of his wife, he's dishonoring her and saying all of this stuff. That's a madness. But I'm dashing with
Right. So they're married. I hear you. They're married for 25 and they've been working at the same company for 15. Yes. They met on the job. A long story. But he's just a mess.
That story sounds deeper. It sounds deeper than the fact that you get the job.
Well, I mean, even if it is, what she has described of him, he has no character.
Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
And he should be so proud. I mean, if I have a wife and she get a promotion, be proud of your wife.
Of
At
course.
least it's within your family.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you wanted that promotion and you didn't get it, you say kudos to your wife and lift her up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But it's not the rest of you.
Yeah. Thank you, Al.
Okay.
All righty,
Sure,
blessings.
you're welcome.
All righty. Thank you so much. And telephone number 2210. Hello. Alrighty, so I'd like to say good evening to everyone. It's now 23 minutes after 7 o'clock, and we're counting down nicely to 7:30. I have my breast cancer awareness interview with Karen Francis, and it ought to be very interesting. So please, if you know of someone who has had breast cancer or women in general who need to hear the voice of a woman share her story about the diagnosis, what it was like. These things ain't easy, Good evening. Welcome. How are you?
Yes, lady, everybody let me out.
No, you were very much here, and I'm saying hello, hello. So I had to hang up. Good
Oh,
evening, my
something
dear heart.
I don't.
Hey,
Yes.
my Hortense.
Well, that man is so stupid. And I say, him should get the position. I'm not going to the wife. What is sleep with the CEO? What is it? When CEO?
The CEO. This Chief
The CEO.
Executive Officer.
Right? So that means to say, in the rating wise,
Out of order.
Down. My gosh. The man said, you look like you sleep with the man to get the position and he should have get him promising. And the man never promised him nothing.
So he's conniving too.
A wicked, and then we go call her,
A traitor.
Traitor.
To the point where he wrote it, he marked the wall over her bed. Oh, Jesus, who does that? Oh, yeah.
He is a traitor. What a wicked man.
Out of order.
Out
of order. Hortense, but she leave him to the Lord. So, you know what I will do, I will just send her a follow-up note asking her, how it's going and so on, so I can come back with, an update for you.
What is this?
My dear,
Wow.
It's one of those things.
Wow.
But I gotta go now. I have 4 minutes before my interview, and it's always good to hear you.
Okay.
Okay, my love.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye. Alrighty, wrapping up another interesting segment here for Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. From the subject line this evening was, my husband called me a traitor. She's a praying woman. He'll be going through the door shortly, if you ask me. Welcome to the show, everyone. My name is Denise. Lady D. Gomez, what's your name? What's your name? Let me know. And, of course, I was saying that if you know of young women, you want to, have them listen in, please.
Community Project invites the community to our annual Thanksgiving Day dinner on Thursday, November 24th, 2022, to be held at Cooler Runnings Restaurant, 1802 Nearwood Avenue in the Bronx. This event is from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. sharp, sponsored by Bronxwood International Church of God, Sea Lounge and Dirty Clubs, Sheffy 2 Restaurant, CJ Robbins Real Estate, and the Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant. And remember, this is the Cooler Runnings Restaurant and the Cargill Community Project, giving back to the community, a way of saying thanks. Thanks. Come on out and see you there.
I used to be so broken, lost, empty. A heart with no beat, a singer with no song to sing. So I know the feeling, the silence is deafening. But in your pain lies a blessing, a sweet and sour victory. So keep walking, 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 though it seems so far. No matter who you are, see there's one thing that I know. Life, it can leave you so bitter, bitter, bitter. that it gets better. Listen to me. I know you're scared, your heart's bleeding. But what are you gonna do now? I think it's time you break free and keep walking, 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 though it seems so far. No, it doesn't really matter who you are. See, there's one.
Center stage coming up in a few minutes. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Life it can leave you so bitter, bitter, bitter.
Good evening. Welcome to the show.
Good evening. This is Karen.
Hey, Karen. How are you? Welcome.
I'm good. How are you?
It's a good day. Do you have me on speaker?
I have you on, a speaker.
Oh, no, that's not going to work.
Not going to work?
No, can you hold the phone, and actually, because I'm going to get that kind of a hollow sound and the feedback.
Okay, you get feedback. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Put my phone on speaker, would that work?
No speaker at all.
No speaker, gotcha.
No.
Okay.
Oh, it sounds way, way better. Thank you so much. Good evening. It's a pleasure having you. I hope you're doing well.
Thank you. I am.
Okay. It's so good to have you here, and I do appreciate Sandy for making the connection. So,
Yes.
all is well, all is well, all is well.
Yes, it is.
Good evening,
All is
everyone. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. Welcome to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. My guest this evening is Karen Francis. But Karen, before we start, I'd like to play something, that I think is just so appropriate.
Staring at a stop sign, watching people drive by, T-Mac on the radio. Got so much on your mind, nothing's really going right, looking for a ray of hope. Whatever it is you may be going through, I know he's not gonna let it get the best of you. You're an overcomer. Stay in the fight till the final round. You're not going under, 'cause God is holding you right now. You might be down for a moment.
Karen, I could just dance all evening, and
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
Yes, we could just dance our way and just clap and say, "Thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord."
Thank you, Jesus.
He
God
is.
is so good.
He's awesome. He's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the segment. Karen Francis is an elementary teacher by profession. She has been a teacher in the New York City Department of Education for the last 26 years. She has a loving husband and 3 adorable young adults, 2 sons and 1 daughter. She loves the Lord with all her heart and thank Him for giving her the ability to continue breathing the air that she breathes every day. She is a cancer survivor that is 7 years cancer-free. Karen says God is faithful and she will continue to serve Him because He has kept her. Her favorite Psalm, 119 verse 90, "Your faithfulness continues through all generations. You established the earth and it endures." Awesome. Amazing. That speaks volumes. Karen, it's been years, 7 years. How are you doing today?
I must tell you that I am wonderful. God has been so good to me, and He continues to be good to me. When I think about everything that has happened to me, and I'm still here and standing, and I'm still living and breathing, it is truly a testament of His faithfulness. I have had quite a few people that I knew that also during the time that I was battling with the cancer, they did not have the same story or ending to their story that I had. So for that alone, I give him thanks. And it could have been otherwise, but I know I'm here for a purpose, and I'm just trying to fulfill that purpose and, continue to serve him because he's awesome.
Awesome. Now, the day you received the diagnosis, how did you cope with the news?
So when can I backtrack a little bit?
Sure.
I wanted to share. So the day that I went, I had my GYN to check my breast because I knew that it was a little pimple on the side of my right breast. And I knew that pimple was not there. So I asked her if I needed to go and have, sonogram done. So she was she said, you must go. And it was funny because I had my primary care to look at the same pimple 2 weeks prior, and he assured me that everything was okay. But in the back of I just couldn't get settled with that, him telling me that. And I knew that it was not my normal, something that was not normal on my body. So I continued to, further dig and see what it was. And thank God I did, because when I went to, I never forget, it was Wenger Pizzeria. I went in and there was this tech that was doing the sonogram, and she had her face. I was like, why are you making so many different facial expressions? I said, you're scaring me. So she didn't have a stone face. I could tell something was not right immediately. She left out of the room. She went to the back and she was like, okay, let me go and get some tests from the back. She came back in and she had a doctor with her.
Okay.
So the doctor immediately told me, we see something that looks a little suspicious and we just want to do further, look into it further. We would like to schedule you for a biopsy. So I said, oh my goodness, here we go. That was in May. So I think I had the biopsy. It must have been maybe the following week. I went in for the biopsy, had the biopsy done, and the same doctor came back, and sure enough, I tested positive. Immediately, they were going over all these medical terms with me, and I'm like, wait a minute. Can you just break it down in layman's term? Because I don't know what you're talking about. The only time I have ever been to the doctor was just to give birth and, just in and out,
Yes.
So she said, you're going to have to tell me all the types of doctors that I had to get. And I'm like, I know nothing about this. But thank God, my husband, as soon as I told him what the prognosis was, first of all, he freaked out. And I was trying to safeguard him. He freaked out. As soon as I came home, because I was at the doctor by myself. We're getting feedback too. I was at the doctor by myself, and he called me and asked me what happened. So I said, I'm not going to talk to him about this on the phone because I didn't think it was going to be anything, but it did. It happened to be something. So when I got home, he's standing in the door, tears are running down his face. And I'm like, what? Why are you crying? Like, okay, why are you crying? Because I told him eventually. I said, why are you crying? He's like, oh, you cancer. I'm like, are you going to kill me? Like, but I thank God that I had the faith that I had because he was he was just crying uncontrollably at the door.
Oh, Lord.
So I said, okay, pull it together. I said, pull your stuff together before I came in the house. I pulled it together. I said, meet me upstairs. I said, you cannot let the kids see you like this because I didn't even tell them anything. I did all of my treatments and everything, and that was in May. And over the summer, I did all of my my treatments, and then I had my radiation in September. My kids, I did not tell them anything that was going on with me until January.
Okay.
We went out to dinner, and I told them everything, and they were so upset with me. I was like, you guys didn't need to this was a bit much for you guys. They were in sixth grade, I think. And I
Okay.
thought it was a bit much for them to share that information. It was heavy, you know? Had it been a little bit more serious, it was serious, but it was an early detection. So I didn't
Right.
think I needed to share all of that information with them. So, you know, we went ahead. I had everything was just happening so fast.
Yes.
Like I said, I was diagnosed in May. I had, after I got the diagnosis, I went around, did a little research of my own to find a surgeon to do the procedure because I had to get a lumpectomy. So I think I went to 2 hospitals, got a couple of, opinions from them. But I chose Sloan Kettering for my
Yes.
lumpectomy, and the surgeon was there also. So we did a little research, found out that the surgeon, he was really, really good. Great bedside manners. He was just very attentive, you know. So it pays to do your own research, you know, especially when it comes to your own health.
Yes.
You can't put all of your trust into these physicians because I even had one to tell me, because I did a lot of reading, and when I went to get the opinion, I think I had three doctors to give me their opinion.
Right.
And one was like, you know, you have so much knowledge. Why are you here? I'm like, excuse you? You are the professional.
that's
What do you
right.
mean, why am I here? That's what he told me. I was like, are you serious? So I knew I wasn't going to use him. So thank God that the guy at Sloan Kettering, he was excellent. Ladies, if you know, breast cancer is very serious. So you want to make sure that you have someone that is taking care of you, that you can trust what they're doing with you as far as your treatment is concerned. When I tell you I had not one worry, no incident with this particular doctor, right?
Yes.
So that was in June. I had the lumpectomy. However, the lumpectomy is just like them doing a procedure. Went in and they outlined the area where they think that the cancer is located in, right? They did the markers and everything. And when they checked it, they realized that there was a sliver still left. So I had to do a re-incision to have them go back in July to take out the remaining part that was left there. That was kind of like a little devastating because I just assumed that, you know, I'm, you know, ignorant to what was happening in that aspect. So I'm thinking that cancer looked different than the other part of your inside, but everything looks the same. They just have to, you know, when they did their the testing, they have to outline where the margin of the cancer was.
Yes.
So they did go back in and do a re-incision, and they got everything out the second time.
Well, you know, I thank you for sharing that with us because it tells us that you have a very loving and supportive husband. And, you know, if spouses are as caring for their wives, then it makes the process so much easier. You know, and the fact that maybe your children could have handled it, but you used your maternal instinct to guide them through the process. So we're thankful that, you know, God has touched you in that way to be able to handle this situation and that you were not falling apart. The fact, Karen, that you went on a rampage to research because you wanted to understand what exactly is going on in this breast of mine.
Absolutely.
You wanted to know. And so the treatment process, how was that?
So the treatment consisted of me, like I said, after I had my lumpectomy, I had a radiation therapy with the treatment that that they opted for me because I had HER2 negative, which meant that my cancer cells were not generating as quickly, and the area where it stayed in the area where it was. Wherein if you have HER2 positive, it's very aggressive and it has a tendency to spread. My lymph nodes, I did have a few cancer cells that they found in my lymph nodes, but not a lot. So the hospital suggested that I do a trial treatment, which meant that if we know women of color, they don't have a lot of research on our types of cancer because we don't really opt into cancer researches, right? So I opted in so that they will have a little bit of information more about how to treat Black, women of color that have experienced cancer, breast cancer, because it's very, very dominant in our communities, but we don't do the cancer research.
That's right. That's right.
And so I did opt in, and it was non-invasive. What they used, it was the less non-invasive, right? So the only thing that I did not have to do chemo. The only thing that I had to do was radiation.
Okay.
And after my radiation, I think I had 9 treatments of radiation. I had to go like every day for 9 sessions, and they did like radiation. However, I also, after the radiation, they put me on a medication, which I had to take for 10 years.
Oh, okay. I hear
you. So the medication, I have to continue taking it. But the only drawback to the medicine was, it threw me in early menopause because I was 45 when I was diagnosed.
Yes.
So it did throw me into menopause early. But that was the only drawback. A little mood swings here and there. My husband probably would say different.
But right.
Probably say different. He goes, Karen. Karen.
I like how you have a good sense of humor too, because I'm sure it helped you, because I did have a question here to ask you, if you faced any obstacles during the treatment process. But you touched on pretty much, some of it. Anything major,
How did
however?
I overcome them?
Yes.
So some of the things, like I did have like mood swings here and there. And I must tell you that thank God for my husband, because he would be like, Karen, I don't think you're aware of what is happening to you. So he would, draw me in. If he saw me, having a little mood swing here or there, he said, you're not aware of what is happening to you right now. So he would, from time to time have to remind me that, it was a mood swing that was happening or whatever. But, throughout the whole process, I thank God for him, because he was right there for everything. My church family was very instrumental in how I was able to overcome. When I tell you I did not skip a beat, nobody knew what was going on with me unless I shared it with them, because it wasn't, I must tell you, I depended on God to help me through this, get through this. I knew that I could get through it with his assistance, and I just kept up in one thing. You must keep a positive attitude. You must keep a positive attitude. If your attitude is downtrodden and heavy, you make the healing process much more complicated. And I found that when I kept a positive spirit and I was upbeat and uplifted at all times, and I just, kept myself around positive people called and encouraged me. And sometimes I think they said I encouraged them. Like, start doing the thing one year. Like,
yes.
Because
I'm sure
me, it was the positiveness.
It was the positivity of it. And something, those around you, when they see that, they are less likely to be overly concerned or even want to pity you. So God deposited that in you so that that would be your coping mechanism.
Absolutely.
That's a way of coping. Yep. I'm going to take a call. I'm anticipating that this person wants to speak to you. Good evening. Hello. No. All right, continue. Continue, Karen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so for me, Is that someone speaking?
Yes. Hold on a moment.
no.
Let me.
Okay.
Hold on a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, it's my breast cancer awareness feature this evening, and my guest is Karen Francis. She is a 7-year survivor, and she is a teacher by profession, and she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I tell you, she is uplifting us here this evening, sharing how she coped in the whole process. And what is your prognosis to date, Karen?
Today I am cancer free.
Yay!
Like I said, I'm living life to the fullest. You know, I'm just ecstatic. I mean, my goal is to share with as many women as possible.
Yes.
About cancer, breast cancer, because I don't think a lot of women are how should I say it? They're not in tune as much as attention to their bodies as they should be.
Mm-hmm.
Had I not paid attention to that pimple on my side, who knows where I would be. Although I do go to the doctor regularly, and I'm very much, I've been doing breast exams since I was like 30 years old, because it did run in my family. My grandmother, my maternal side of my family, it's heavy on that side. But the caveat to that was, although breast cancer is heavy on my mother's side, I took the BRCA gene test as soon as I found out that I had breast cancer. But guess what? Negative. My BRCA gene test came back negative. So although you may have cancer and it runs heavy on either side of the family, there are also other things that can attribute to you having cancer. I was doing a lot of research, and it talk about, heavy alcohol consumption. I don't do that. Heavy body weight. I don't have the body weight. Physical inactivity. I do like that. I'm not a gym rat, but I do try to exercise as much as possible.
Right.
And I do try to eat right. So I'm like, where did it come from? I don't know if it's something that we're eating. Maybe it's the food that we're consuming. They put all these different genetic stuff in these foods to grow them. So it had to come from somewhere. But I just thank God that mine was the early detection. And ladies, check your boobies. Please check your boobies. Don't be afraid to do your self-examinations. That's how I found mine. I detected it while I was in the shower. Hold your arms up, and do your rotations around left and right on both of them. That's how I was able
under
to
your
detect
arms
mine.
too. Under the arm as well.
Yes, under your armpits. Yes, under your armpits also, because the lymph nodes are there. So it's very important that we, be mindful of our bodies and check. If you know it should not be there, then you need to get it checked out
right away.
And don't wait. Immediately, get it done immediately.
Yes. Well, Karen Francis, I tell you, you are the consummate interviewee. I can just sit and listen, and you just guide the interview along. which is good. I didn't have to be asking you a lot of questions. You know your story, and you shared your story. As a matter of fact, in the YouTube channel, let's see. Yes, Ryan is saying, that he's pleased, in other words, how your husband supported you. Andrew says, praise God for his healing. Pat says, thanks for sharing your testimony. You were diagnosed with cancer. However, cancer didn't have you. Karen, your attitude determines your altitude. You're inspiring to us women. That's wonderful. Wishing you continued success as a cancer survivor. Continue to be a beacon of light to everyone. Yes, so we are very happy to know 7 years going, and God is still with you. As we're wrapping up the interview now, because you've already empowered your woman, so I would like to say thank you so much for joining me. But before we end the interview, each guest that appears on my show has to wrap up with a fun segment with me. It's spontaneous. And you're a smart lady, so I know you'll do just fine. So I have 10 pointers here on my screen, and I'd like you to give one-word answers only.
Okay.
All righty. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. I'm ready.
The first one, God.
Faithful.
Diagnosis.
Diagnosis. Antidote.
Questions.
Answers.
Support.
Family.
Profession.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Profession.
Profession, job.
Faith.
Did you say faith?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, faith. Grace.
Treatment.
Medication.
Love.
Joy.
Children. Children.
Babies.
Okay. And
what's the last one?
No, and the last one, Karen Francis.
Powerful woman that has been through a lot, but God is faithful.
There you go. I love that.
I know I gave you more than one word.
That's all right. But you know,
my God is faithful. You hear me?
Yes.
He is amazing. When I think about all that I have been through, and He still sustains me.
Mm-hmm.
I could never stop praising Him because He has been mighty, mighty, mighty good to me.
Amen. He's your rock, your sword, your
so
shield.
many others, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I can join with you in saying that He's your rock, your sword, your shield.
Yes.
Your
everything.
Well, to God be the glory, and we give thanks for your life.
Grateful.
Thank you so much for joining me here on the show Inside the Zone. It's my pleasure. Please don't be a stranger.
I will not.
All righty.
This was good. I'm glad. Yes, I'm glad I came on. Thank you for inviting me. Okay?
And we're glad you did. Thank you. Have yourself a good weekend.
All right. Everyone have a blessed one, okay?
Okay, bye-bye. What an awesome woman. And we know we're all created differently. We have our temperaments are different. We handle situations differently. But we're so empowered when something as critical, as impactful as breast cancer, and someone can stand in the face of it and fight it with God. Good evening.
Good evening, Lady B.
Yes. Hello there, Madam Gloria.
Yes. Congrats to this lady.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the one you interviewed the week about the music, I didn't get to say congrats. I was calling, but you didn't pick up.
Oh, okay. Well.
And this lady needs to this other lady with the
breast cancer
letter.
Oh,
she
okay.
needs to run for her life because, husband should be glad, but not behaving this way, go to the workplace and putting trait and things. That's a madman, and he might get out of hand. So,
okay, got you.
Oh, boy. All right.
Thank you, love.
Dock yourself home. Have a safe journey home. Love you, lady.
All right, love you, Gloria.
Bye-bye.
Oh, Lordy. Good evening. Hello. So I have a public service announcement to make. I will be going on my vacation for 2 weeks, starting Monday. Once again, let me repeat that. Public service announcement. Lady D. Denise Gomez will not be here starting Monday. However, my 2 good buddies will be covering for me. Patrick Tyson will cover on Mondays. Chris Wilby of Caribbean Vibes Radio will be covering on Thursdays. I return on November 7. Okay, everyone? Let it not be. Well, I'm a professional. There's no way I would leave. I'm just gone, so. That's not how I flow. So I will be taking my time off. And I have made arrangements to have the program running and you participating as always. A lot of love and blessings, everyone. Oh, King Ryan, hush, you're crying. Locks. Hey, Vero, you came in late? Enid, Enid, where have you been? I have not seen you. But I had a good evening. I think it was productive, informative, and entertaining. It has been my Gospel Music Thursday. Aired right here on Inside the Zone with Lady D. Denise Gomez. Can you imagine? I came out kicking and screaming several years ago. And it's still good. I'm still here. Thank you, Lord. So I'm praying for God to just cover me and take me safely and take me back, and that He will dwell with all of us. Never forget to say thank you, Lord. You have no absolute control over yourself. You have none. You don't do anything without the breath of God. Good evening as I wrap up.
Yes, good evening. May I cry? You want to listen? Lord of mercy.
You too.
No joke. You're not going to hear no joke again.
No, man, you're going to get your joke. Still.
No. Christopher was able to read the mail zone.
Usually no, I don't usually give it to them. I could pass it on to him, so that's not a challenge at all. It's part of the program. So I could do that. I could share with him what I have. Yes, I know.
Yes.
Hortense, you're a drama. But God bless and keep you, my Hortense, until I return. You know, please take care of yourself. Okay, my love? Yes. Thank you.
All right.
All righty.
Yes,
thank you. Hortense are crying. That's so funny. So yes, everyone, I'm taking my vacation, but I'll be back. I'd like to say thanks to Aurora Real Estate Solutions, Inc. Carsa Tennant, my friend, for sponsoring the show, and to Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Don't forget, Thanksgiving is coming. I'll be serving food as always. And no, me can't serve food and cook. I just don't want nobody to plant me in kitchen, but I can stove up a thing. So I'll be there to help with the serving and stuff. So please support Cooler Runnings and their 501c3 nonprofit organization, Cargill Community Project. So blessings, Pat and everyone. Please take care of Chris and Patrick. So, you know, as always, I was raised I'm a Kingstonian, went to country to live. A lot of people do it in the reverse. I don't know how I born a town and go a country, but anyway. And so, you know, as I used to run up and down as a picnic, I used to walk boat and stay out a whole long time. And then when they couldn't find me now and come look for me and they find me, they said, "Dark yourself up. Go on up." So me gone up. You know, that's what I love about Jamaicans. Well, okay, so we're not unique, but you know, I'm Jamaican. So are many of you. So we can speak our standard English and we can just whip out a patois. My patois may not sound like yours don't sound like mine, but we get it. So go on up, Denise. Blessings, everyone. Mwah, mwah, mwah. However, I'll be doing Saturday morning runnings. At least I can do that. I'll be doing Saturday morning runnings this Saturday at 10 a.m. Log on to Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez on YouTube. Blessings, love, love, love. And behave yourselves now, everyone. No out of orderness. Yes, you can. You can come over to Cooler Runnings. Enid, it's free. Come get your dinner if you're working. You get your Thanksgiving meal and you head on to work. It's just a move in, move out, transitioning, drop off, pick up, gone. Love you, everyone. Take it easy. As always, love yourselves, love your children, and in everything you do, it is the will of God concerning your life. Mwah, mwah. Locks, I'm out of here.
Gentlemen, it's here. Have you ever experienced a bad workmanship? Someone who work at your house and you're not satisfied, but you can't find good help? Well, look no further. Quicklink Construction is a licensed general construction company that's fully insured for the 5 boroughs